What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing the Triple Elixir Global Tournament. So I'm using Giant Graveyard. I think this is one of the very best decks for it. I think it's easy to use, and Graveyard is just incredibly strong in Triple Elixir. You have a lot of cards that are really good too against beatdown decks, and there's a lot of heavy decks in this because you got the Inferno Dreg and the Witch are both really, really good in Triple Elixir. You also have Fireball and Arrows. Together they can take out a lot of things, including the Archer Queen and just things along those lines. And then also this deck doesn't have any, champions in it. Not sure why that would, really mean anything, but I think some people, maybe don't want to play champions because they don't have them on ladder, so maybe they're not as experienced with it. But yeah, this deck works out really, really well without any champions in it. You don't really need them. And yeah, I saw there was quite a few people using this deck in the top, like 50 of the global tournament, so I decided to use it myself. And you can kind of experiment, mess around with it. There's lots of different, variations of this that, could work. You can definitely make some substitutes if you want, like maybe some people, instead of having, I don't know, like Dark Prince, want to use something else, or instead of the, Witch, maybe you want to try using the Musketeer, but I think the Witch is just really, really good, especially in Triple Elixir. Alright, so in our first game here, this guy using, it looks like a spawner deck, which is pretty toxic. I don't think spawners are that good ever since they got that nerf. I'm definitely going to go for a Graveyard pretty soon because he just used his poison. Okay, so he's going to go Zappies. I'm going to go ahead and arrow that, and we're going to get a nice Fireball value here. The Dark Prince just jumped over the river. That was really nice. Okay, good Fireball coming in, and we got a little bit of damage. Yeah, the spawners are definitely going to be a little annoying. It's also annoying that he has poison, of course, for the Graveyard, but I think we can go Graveyard now. The key is to try to, get them to, like, poison your support cards, and then they don't have it for the Graveyard. But he also has a Fireball, so that's a little bit unfortunate, I guess. We're just going to go Giant in the back, and I guess we're going to go Dark Prince. Okay, so he's got a Graveyard too. No surprise there. There's a lot of people using Graveyard. I think it's by far the best win condition for Triple Elixir. I don't even know what you would use instead, to be honest. I feel like just half of the top 100 is using, or top 50 is using Graveyard. It's pretty insane, actually. It's just, basically, Graveyard is made for Triple Elixir. I don't know why. There's so many variations of it you can use. I mean, you can use, even the variant he's using is also pretty good too. I'm not going to deny that and say, like, oh, this is the only good Graveyard deck, but I think this one is, I just prefer it a little more. There's just something about the, Giant Graveyard synergy and the, the Witch that I really like. Giant Graveyard finished second in the world last season on ladder, so, I mean, that's another way to prove how strong it is right now. And yeah, it looks like we took his tower pretty easily. Now we just have to defend for, a little while longer. I don't think we're going to be able to, like, 3-crown or do anything crazy. I think it's better if we just, play passively to make sure that we, seal the win. And yeah, I'm surprised that we did, a really good job, because he does have poison, and I feel like, I don't know, he's also has Zappies for the Inferno Drag, so he definitely has some good answers for what we have, but, we managed to pressure him how we needed to, and the Witch should be able to clean up here on defense. So, yeah, that is going to do it. Solid first win here against a different Graveyard deck. Spawner is very weird, though. I don't think Spawners fit very well with Graveyard because those, small units aren't really good tanks for it. I mean, usually it's better if you want to have a building to, of course, use something, like Goblin Cage or, Tombstone would make a lot more sense. But, I mean, hey, I guess you wanted to try something a little bit different, right? So, in our second game here, we can just go Witch in the back. Skarmy is fine. It doesn't really matter that we're overcommitting because, obviously, it's Triple Elixir. You practically, you can play, I wouldn't say you can play as much as you want, but I mean, really, you're not going to run out of it. And you don't have to be nearly as careful. So we're going to arrow here. So he's just using OG log bait from the looks of it, which is very interesting. I don't think at all it's a good Triple Elixir deck, because I think log bait probably does better in single Elixir, if I'm being honest. I don't really see at all why someone would want to use it in triple elixir, but you know, maybe it's the only deck he plays on ladder, so he's, you know, giving it his you know, his best effort in this tournament, which is understandable. A lot of people do that, but if you want to, you know, get as many wins as you can, or, you know, get like the emote, or at least the very least a badge, I wouldn't recommend using something like log bait. So we can just go giant here. And yeah, we're going to not be able to graveyard because the giant is going to die to the Inferno. It is, I will say, a little unfortunate we don't have our set to the Inferno. Maybe, I was thinking going graveyard, but I think instead we're just going to go for another Witch. We can just fireball the Goblin Barrel, and he's going to rocket on defense. I guess that's fine, I don't mind that died. I'm just going to go, yep, I had a few, I don't know why, but I just had that instinct that he was probably going to go Princess at the Bridge, and sure enough, he did. It's like worst case scenario, you predict it and he doesn't, and I mean, why does it matter anyway? Because, as I said before, it's triple elixir, so you pretty much have all the elixir you need. That was not a very good graveyard, although if this graveyard does get a lot of damage, then all I have to say is it just proves how good graveyard can be sometimes, because sometimes it just gets so much damage when you're not expecting it. Rocket was kind of a fail. It didn't end up hitting the Witch, so we're just going to go graveyard here. Probably Fireball instead of arrows, just because it'll give more damage, and it still would have hit the Goblin Gang if he did end up playing it. So yeah, this should be GG. Again, you know, was not expecting to play against Log Bait. Probably the further you get in this global tournament, probably the less you'll play against decks like this, because they just simply will not work, I don't think. So we're going to Fireball the Princess, Inferno Dread coming in, and yeah, that is going to do it. Maybe we just try to go for the 2 crown here. Scar me just to make sure he doesn't take the tower. Wow, graveyard damage piling up. There we go, 2 crown. Crowns are important for tiebreakers, by the way, if you... Depending on how seriously you take it, like if you want to get the badge or the emote, try to get as many crowns as you can when you know you've already won the game. It's a good tip. Not, I mean, obviously the wins are the most important, but you never know. Some people, okay, I don't know. All those are decent. I'm not too concerned about the strikes. All right, so 12-0. 3 more wins unlocks us all the rewards. Maybe I'll go to 16 wins because the games do tend to be pretty quickly, or tend to go pretty quickly when you're, you know, doing this game mode, because there's more 3 crowns, and just overall, because it's already in triple elixir, the pace of the game is like a lot faster, because single elixir is like, you know, quite slow. There's not a lot going on. So we can go graveyard here, and it looks like he's using lava potentially, and if that's the case, this should be a really solid matchup, because I feel like lava doesn't really... Or Giant well, I guess a better way to say it is I feel like Giant Graveyard does really good against Lava, mostly because you have the Inferno Drag, you have the arrows, which really is all you need for defending a Lava push. I just think Lava's actually not too great in this game mode because of all the people using Inferno Drag. I really don't think it's that great of a triple elixir deck, even though you would think it is because it's kind of heavy. I feel like you're probably better off running something like... I don't know, I feel like if you... really, Graveyard is just so good in this. I feel like if you don't want to use Graveyard, you maybe, in that case, want to use, like... I don't even know what the next best option would be. Maybe, like, Electro Giant, but even that, I don't know. I guess Electro Giant could be decent. You know, something that at least can beat Graveyard and has a chance against it. I don't know. So, hit that lightning, I think he missed the Witch, so that was not that great. We're going to Fireball here to, I guess, you know, hit the Valkyrie and the Inferno Drag. Not going to take the tower, but we're going to get it quite low. It's kind of unfortunate I don't have my Fireball and cycle for that Flying Machine, but I think we're alright. I guess we're just fireballing this now. This is actually, I'm not gonna lie, that first second was looking a little scary, but now we're completely fine. His push is dead. So probably one more good Giant Graveyard push and we should be able to, yeah, take this one here, because it seems like he doesn't have a single graveyard counter besides the you know, the Valkyrie. He doesn't even have guards, but I guess if he had guards, it probably would be a good thing, because then my arrows would be a direct answer to them. I'm going to pressure in the opposite lane, so this way if he somehow takes my tower, at least, you know, and yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, he defends it, and then he can't support his lava as much, so it's like both ways we end up kind of getting something out of that. Alright, so his lightning didn't hit that. I guess we can go for the 2 crown at this point. Yeah, it's going to be GG. Really easy matchup. Like I said, you know, this deck does really well against lava because of the Inferno Drag and the arrows. And yeah, I think any lava deck this will destroy. Even if they have Electro Drag or, you know, different support cards, still very good because arrows and Fireball kills the Electro Drag, and often you can hit other things with it too, so really good value. Alright, so go ahead and give this guy the good luck. We can just start with Witch first play. Executioner is not really a good sign. That does really good against Witch, so that's not really fun. But we are going to pressure the other lane here, just because I don't want to play into an Executioner. If we take his tower, that's incredible. Even if we only deal, like, you know, some damage to it, that's great, because he spent a lot of Elixir having to defend that, so that's definitely worth it. And like I said, Fireball Arrows does take out the Electro Drag, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to Inferno Drag this, and I'm kind of scared of a freeze, but I feel like we have to play the Skarmy, and yeah, he does have a freeze. I don't know why, but I just knew he did. Like, I kind of saw that coming. I think it's because usually when someone's using, like, Bowler, and since he already had poison, like, obviously he wouldn't have Fireball, so it just kind of makes sense when you think about it. So, surely he's probably going to freeze here. Yeah, he does. I don't think we're going to take that much damage, and that NATO was a little aggressive. I think we're going to go opposite lane, because we're practically guaranteed to take the right tower. It's already very, very low. So, yeah, I'm just focused on the other lane now at this point, so this way if it goes into a 2-tower game, we obviously have the advantage. And yeah, I mean, now his right tower is even lower after that Fireball. I'm just gonna go Dark Prince and probably Arrow the remainder of the... Okay, he's not even gonna freeze, so that's even better. Let's see. Probably Inferno Drag here. Yeah, likely he's... Actually, is this going to take the tower? Probably... Oh, barely not. Wow. I'm very lucky that didn't line up. Okay, so... I'm just going to Skarmy to try to save the tower. If he freezes, I'll actually Arrow. I think we can still save it. Alright, nice. Wow, he still hasn't taken the tower, and... Now we're going to finish his off right now. Fireball the E-Drag and the Bowler. And there we go. Tower is down. We can give him the tower in the right lane. I'm now focused on the left. I don't really care if he takes my tower in the right lane, because I know we're guaranteed to 2-crown him. I mean, his tower is super low. So go Giant Graveyard here. Fireball the E-Drag, and that is going to be GG. Pretty... I don't know if that was actually a good matchup. I just think I played it, you know, how I was supposed to. I'm not saying it was bad, but I can't say it was easy, because, I mean, I don't know, he did have poison, and I feel like the Executioner and the Bowler gets a lot of value for him, but, you know, we did smart dual lane pressure, not playing everything in the same lane to just get killed by that Executioner. That would have been, you know, really bad, of course. So, yeah, I mean... Let's hop into potentially our final game. If this game goes like really quick, maybe if it's a 3-crown, maybe I'll play one more bonus game, but you know, I guess we'll see. So we're going to start with Giant in the back, and okay, he's going to have a Furnace, so maybe Spawners, so maybe he's got, you know, the Goblin Hut too. That's definitely a possibility. So he's going to Lightning that, alright. Dark Prince coming in, Mega Minion. I have no clue what this is, actually. I mean, a lot of triple Elixir decks are very off meta, and you can't really know for sure until they use more cards. Mega Knight, okay. This Graveyard might get a lot of damage, depending on what... Because he, I was going to say, he didn't have his Mother Witch in cycle, and then right as I said that, he actually got back to it, so that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, the Mother Witch is going to be really good against the Graveyard. But what's nice is that it, I don't know, Fireball kills it, so we do have that going for us. But if I don't have a Fireball in cycle, we probably shouldn't go for a Graveyard. It's a very risky play. And yeah, I'm actually like not really happy at all about the Mother Witch. I think we're gonna Graveyard though. If he drops a Mother Witch, we're gonna get, I guess, good value, and yeah, he is, so definitely gonna Fireball, hitting everything. That was a really good value Fireball. Arrows coming in. Skarmy to try to distract everything here. And yeah, actually, that Skarmy did do a great job. Look at that. And, okay, that was an aggressive Lightning, so definitely time to go Graveyard, and then we can just Fireball the... That was a bad Prince, gonna get distracted by the Graveyard. Fireball on the Mother Witch, and yeah, that is going to be tower down for sure. So good stuff. Yep, there we go, tower. I was about to say maybe we weren't going to take it, but we ended up getting it. That less, you know, Larry at the end there. Skarmy is good. The Lightning doesn't even kill the Witch, so we can go... Okay, perfect. He just uses Mother Witch, so Giant Graveyard in the... Okay, I'm going to Dark Prince just so we can get rid of that Mother Witch before it hits any more skeletons, because that was getting kind of annoying. And there we go. We took his second tower, so yeah, it's probably GG for sure at this point. In fact, he might have just gave up, so yeah, you know what that means? I think we'll play one more game, because this game went by pretty quickly. I mean, it was a nice, quick 3 crowns, so yeah, we'll do one more, go for 16 wins at least, hopefully, right, unless we lose. And yeah, I mean, maybe I'll even do another video on this, going to like 25 or 30 wins. Maybe I'll even just use the same deck, because maybe you guys just want, you know, to see the gameplay, which, you know, I'm fine with, because maybe I don't want to change my deck, since I think this might be the best one for it. I don't know, though. I mean, maybe... Wow. So, we got very lucky. You know what just happened? So, you know how sometimes people, when they, like, when they give up, or they get all the rewards and then they just don't care? Some people just play for all the rewards. So, that just happened, and we're gonna get a free win. Okay, well, not a actually, like, great way to end, but I mean, that's what happens sometimes, and I don't mind showing that. I mean, sometimes you guys will get lucky and that happens to you. I would say that happens more often than you'd think. I would say not like every other global tournament I play in when I get to 15 wins, but I would say maybe like 1 out of 4 global tournaments I play in at 15 wins, I have someone, you know, give me a free win like that when they're at 15. So yeah, that, well, that's a way to win the game, right? So, all right, so 16-0. Definitely give this deck a try if, you know, you haven't started yet, or maybe you have a couple losses and maybe you were waiting for my video to come out. Some of you guys, you know, tell me in the comments you wait for my video before you start playing. That's, I don't know, I think that's really cool. Of course, there's other content creators too, you know, who, you know, do videos on this, but yeah, I guess some of you guys want to see, you know, what I think the best deck is for it. So yeah, I think this is, you know, really easy to play. Great for triple elixir, so yeah, give it a try if you're unsure of what to use, and yeah, make sure, like, if you guys did end up enjoying it, let me know if you want to see, you know, maybe a part 2 to the global tournament where I go to 25, 30 wins, possibly just continuing the same deck, and yeah, thanks again, until next time, guys.